Good morning, guys. So it's almost 8 o'clock in the morning. About 15 till. Just dropped Lindsay off at work. Supposedly, hopefully, the blood work is back already, and she's gonna be giving me a call shortly in order to let me know how that blood work went for Mick. So I mean, at this point in time, we're just hoping for the best. I've got some flying to do at 9, so I'll be up in the air flying around. I might be able to get you a little bit of footage of that. And I have a business meeting immediately afterwards, actually at the airport. So that'll kind of be nice, just to kind of get that out of the way. But at this point, just waiting to hear from Lindsay to see, how his levels are, and if everything is good and it looks like he can go ahead and move through with surgery and try to get this taken care of. But we'll keep you posted. Okay. Right. So, but overall, his blood work shows some of the issues that he's got, but otherwise he's fine. Right. Uh huh. Right. Just pretty common. Okay. And then you are gonna scrub in for surgery tomorrow? Okay. Good news. All right. Love you. Bye. So that was Lindsay. I don't know exactly what you can tell from the conversation, but because of mixed paws and because there's an infection there, some of the levels, I guess, on his blood work is a little elevated, which we expect. And then, there's some other stuff that, it makes sense, which means there isn't any cause for any other concern. So he's good to go. So tomorrow he'll be in surgery. Lindsay is going to scrub in for surgery. She is going to go ahead and do it. And so, yeah, we're just hoping the best. And hopefully this big guy here will be all set. One thing Lindsay and I talked about last night, though, is that with him aging the way he is, and with Nova being so young and so energetic, yes, I'm talking about you. With her being so energetic, it's time for us to start thinking about maybe getting another dog. It's one of those things that she's the type of dog that gets separation anxiety, but at the same time, if for whatever reason tomorrow's surgery comes back and he doesn't make it through surgery, or if it's malignant and there's nothing we can do, that kind of stuff, she would literally probably tear this house up more so than they already do. So Lindsay and I were talking. She's off for spring break this week, which is fortunate because she gets to, she can help Mick with healing and making sure everything goes well, and making sure he's not trying to bite at stitches, making sure Nova's not trying to help out with that. But we can get the rest of this house in order. Our carpets are between roommates and dogs and just dirt in general, our carpets are pretty rough. I don't know if pretty rough is the best word for it. They can be shampooed and they can be cleaned up pretty well. But, with dogs, and, it just kind of comes with the territory. We're talking about tile or hardwood floor at some point in time. I told her, I said, look, if we're going to get another dog, I don't want to even think about doing any of that until that dog is trained and done. mess up the carpet. Go ahead. And then, we'll get the nice stuff in later on. We also need to get the backyard in order. It's one of those things that the amount of work that needs to go into it, we can get it done this week. Basically, I'll pull my work shifts, get home at 2, and then we'll go in the backyard and work for, umpteen hours to try and get it all taken care of. But, I told her, I go, once the backyard is done, once, it's down, because we have rocks back there, and there's some bushes and just a miscellaneous junk. Once we get all that down to just the dirt, and then I can till it up and plant some seed and go from there to get some grass in there, then, we'll start looking at that. We'll start looking at getting possibly another dog. One thing that Lindsay and I are very strong about is I don't pay for dogs. I don't pay retail for a dog. I won't take a dog that otherwise would be adoptable. But what I mean by that is puppies. We're not going to get a puppy. I mean, we may, if and when we have kids and, that maybe. But we feel that going to the pound where they do kill the animals, they do euthanize the animals, going to the places where, the animals aren't safe. And I mean, not all animals are ever really safe, but more safe than others. That's where we get our dogs from. We'll get them from owners that, are on various websites, for the local community that, are moving out of town or they can no longer care for the animal, whatever the case may be. That's kind of what we did with Nova. Nova was a younger pup, an older dog. She was, how old were you? Almost 1, I think, give or take. Or maybe just after 1. And our owners were trying to get rid of her. It was one of those things that I understand a rehoming fee, a legitimate rehoming fee. Recoup the costs of shots and, a spay and neuter. I get that. That makes total sense. That's fine. I don't have a problem with that. Some may not, but I don't. But, I see some of these rehoming fees for $300, $400, $500, $600, $700, $800. I'm like, no. You're trying to sell your dog. You're just trying to make it sound better. So, that's something... That's something that we're thinking about. But it's going to be a little bit of time. You guys will see the progression. And, so yeah. Lindsay, we weighed in this morning. Well, actually, we weighed in yesterday for the video. But with everything that was going on yesterday, we were curious as to what exactly, was going on. And Lindsay's lost a total of 13 pounds now. Well, just under. And I'm in the 230s. 238, I think is what it was. So, that's significant. Yeah. So, in about a half hour or so, I'm going to be leaving to go take a flight. Build some hours, and then we'll see how the rest of the day goes. Good news, though. Very good news. Thank God. And one other thing, before I go. I have, basically, it's a digital body mass caliper. It allows you to, digitally save all your information, enter in your weight and all that kind of stuff, and it calculates what your body mass is. By my height and weight, I think the last time I checked, let me double check on that. I think it was like 34 or something like that. Some crazy amount. Let's see, 238.8 pounds. Height, 5 foot. And so 34.4. However, I did my calipers today, and it said that I was at, instead of 34.3, I was at 20. I'll look it up. So I was, so the last time, or this time when I just did it, I was 26.7. And according to this, 24.9 is considered normal weight. Now, don't get me wrong, I don't think that at all. But my lean body mass is 187 pounds. Or I'm sorry, 177 pounds right now. According to everything I'm told, the healthy weight for my height is like between 130 and 180. My bones, muscles, and organs weigh 177. I doubt I'm going to get within that range. So it looks like moving forward past the fast, I'm going to have to use calipers. I'm going to have to use measurements and stuff like that on top of weight because, you know, the status quo isn't cutting it. Alright guys, so I'm on my way to the airport. I'm going to go up, do an hour or so of flying, just run through some maneuvers and whatnot. A little bit of a stress relief for me, getting up above the town and kind of just checking things out, and it's kind of peaceful up there as long as everything's going the way it should. And like I said, I'll see if I can get some footage up in the air. Maybe, maybe not. I'm going up alone, so who knows. And talk to you in a bit. Alright guys, so had a good flight, as you could see some of it. Did some slow turns, some S flights, or S turns. I'm sorry, slow flight, S turn, and points around, or turn around a point. First landing came in, was nice and smooth, everything was great, so we're gonna go with that. Now I'm heading over to my business meeting, and there we are. Alright guys, so just finished up a business meeting with my partner with Arizona Rifle Works. If you're ever curious, you can go to ArizonaRifleWorks.com. Right now, it's just like a screen, just kind of giving you a brief information. We're building the the website and everything right now. But we're gonna go take a look at some billet lowers that Arizona Rifle Works has been working on, and we'll see how that goes. Alright guys, so I'm on my way to go pick up Lindsay from work. Got all the running and everything done, and looks like she's done, and I'm sure she's gonna be hungry, so we'll have to figure something out. Lindsay took her lunch to work, and apparently the soup was that she had at work, I guess. I don't know if she took it or if she just had it in her locker and was counting on it. But, yeah, apparently it was a little past due. The expiration date had expired. So, I know she walked over and got a sandwich and whatnot from a local little deli shop there. But, yeah, I'm sure she's probably pretty hungry because I don't think she ate anything for breakfast either. Anyway, so I'll check in with you once I pick her up.
Hey guys, so coming home from work, I had Josh drop me off this morning, just make it a little easier because he had to fly and stuff today, so that way he had the car. I know he already told you mixed blood work came back looking good. There were a couple things that were a little off, but there were things that I would expect to be off. Mick is just a little chubby, so his thyroid level was a little low, so, but I'm not really worried about that. So we are set to go for surgery tomorrow. Before I left work, I already have surgery suite set up. I've got everything out. I've got all the emergency stuff out. So it's good to go. I'm a little nervous just because of the unknown and, you know, just trying to prepare myself for the worst case scenario. So, but I'm gonna go home. I'm gonna make myself some dinner. I have no idea what I'm gonna do. Figure something out. And I will check in later. Hey guys, so just finished giving Mick a bath. Anytime getting ready to take a pet at a surgery, it's always a good idea to go ahead and bathe them ahead of time, just because you can't give them a bath for like 2 weeks afterward. And not only that, is you are going into a surgery, so it's good to have, you know, as clean as possible. So he's mad at us right now because he does not like the water at all. So gonna finish drying him up. While I do that, just gonna get the video edited. So we're gonna end it here tonight. You know, give us a thumbs up if you like the videos and subscribe. You can follow us on Twitter. And if you want to leave a comment, do that below. And we will talk to you tomorrow. Bye.
Hopefully with good news.
Hopefully with good news.